Well, your model is looking really great. I love to see all these different elements, and it's organized very neatly across these different layers with materials attached by layer. Very nice. So I can see that you had a question about how to get the materials to the block instances, and you have both the couch pillow and the floating shelves both as instances, which makes a lot of sense. Let's take a look at the model. I'll come over here to one of these shelves and click on the properties panel, and I can see that it is indeed a block instance and it lives on the layer called shelf. So let's switch to render view so you can see the materials, and I can see that shelf has a material called oak light attached to it, and it should have this kind of orange look, which this shelf is not showing up as such. I've made this layer the active layer just because I want to try something, which is to add an object on this layer, and it should, when I draw it, inherit the material. So yes, it does. Okay, so let's go back here and let's double click on this block so that we can edit, and I'll select it. So I'm currently in block edit mode. See how everything else is dark because I'm just editing this block. And we go to properties, and we can see actually that this rectangular shelf lives on the default layer, and that's why it's kind of just a neutral black. But if I switch that and put it to the shelf layer and click OK, and now verify in render view, I can see great. All of those have been updated. Wonderful. So let's now take a look at the pillow, and switching to shaded view, and clicking on the properties panel, I can see that it's called couch pillow back. And all right, so like the shelf, maybe the first thing I'll try is just to double click on it so I can edit. That says edit non-uniformly scaled block instances. So apparently the geometry of this is such, maybe because it's a little bit more organic and has been morphed to create the pillow shape, we can't just double click and edit. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in block manager and take a look at this. So this is I can see the three blocks we have. This one is called couch pillow back, and it is not linked. It's kind of living in the file, which is perfectly fine. But we're going to try a workaround to try to edit this block separately. So what we're going to do is come over here to export, and we're basically going to link this in. We'll first export, and this is just going in my downloads folder, but it's basically going to create a separate Rhino file called couch pillow back. Click save, and go ahead and close this. So I'm going to go to my downloads folder. Here's that file. You can see that it's just the pillow all by itself. So I'm double clicking on it to open it up, and we're going to take a look at it. Here's the pillow, and let's take a look at the layers. So this is living on the default layer, and this has no material attached to it, hence why it's just kind of has no color. So I want to port over. I want to go back to this original file, and let's take a look at this is on layer couch, and that layer couch has a material, I'm clicking on it, which is called custom, and it has a dark green linen look to it. All right, so I'm going to create an object like a sphere over here. Just draw that. Switch to render view, and I can see that that's just a regular object, and it has inherited the material. And so this is what I'm going to do to port it over to the other file. So I'm just going to go Control C, just copy to clipboard. Come over here to my separate Rhino file and Control V paste. And so that pasted that object here, and all I wanted really was to have the layer and the material brought into this file. Perfect. So now select the pillow, and we're going to put that not on default but on the couch layer, This sphere I can delete. And this file I'm just going to save. Save. Okay. All right, so there's a few steps here. Now I'm back in this file, and let's go to Block Manager again, and go to Couch Pillow Back, which is not linked, but we're going to go to Properties, and we're going to try Embedded and Linked. And right here, we're going to relink it to Couch Pillow Back, which has the correct material. OK, and close. And now, switching to Render View, all of those pillows have the correct material attached to them. And you can do that for the other pillows as well.